Another part of Neptune in Pisces, naive to certain aspects of humanity. One of those things being porn. Not sex, but porn. Neptune is going to be here until 2026. So we have a whole nother year of this. But it's going to be creeping around these critical degrees with Neptune at 29 degrees specifically. An anaretic degree, they call it. You are going to see the amplification of the illusionary aspects of Neptune playing out.
Without a helping hand, made a plan to beat the odds. Mama birthed a man, turned myself to a god. Tyler became creator, the future was looking odd. Basquiat off the top, other brothers are just facade.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today, we'll be talking about Neptune at the 29th degree, why that's significant, and tying that into current events involving Diddy, his abuse of his ex Cassie, and some things you really need to pay attention to. So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So once again, welcome to Gemini season. Shout out to all the twins celebrating. Actually, happy birthday to the notorious B.I.G., the first major artist of the man we'll be discussing today, Sean Diddy Combs. Shout out to Biggie, my fellow, my sun and moon twin, Gemini sun, Virgo moon, heavy Mercury, all right? So you already know how that goes. And since we're talking about rap, a quick friendly reminder, stay tuned for a preview of my new video of my Son of Gemini 2 project dropping May 31st. You can pre-order at my website, GeminiBrown.com. And I also will be bundling that with my book as well as other services. So if you interested in listening to my album and getting my book, comment below. All right, y'all. So currently, Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces, and it's been here since 2011. I actually feel a little compelled to make a video diving into that, which I will in time, because it's really an interesting time. It's really an interesting journey. And as I continue to evolve as an astrologer, I understand the varying sides of astrology, and I nestle into my own part of it even more, and just the things that I really find interesting. And one of those things are the transits. I enjoy going back in time and looking at how, as above, so below, the energy that was present at that time, how it manifested, and what we've learned in hindsight, okay? Speaking of that, I want to give a shout out to an astrologer out there, Jamal Robinson, who I think that's his YouTube name as well, Jamal Robinson, from 720 Astrology. He has a great series he just started, The Astrology of Black People, where he's going to go year by year, starting with the year 1987, and look at how the astrological transits not only affected the time, but Black people specifically. All right. I think anybody of any color can tune in and learn something from it. So yeah, check him out, and I hope to collaborate with him soon. I hope to do more collaborations. You guys keep me busy, so I appreciate that. But I'm definitely gonna make some time to collaborate with some great minds. So getting into this topic. All right, so getting back to Neptune. Neptune transited into Pisces in 2011, and the world was a lot different then. Throughout this time, we saw the rise of social media. We saw the expansion of cell phone use. We saw the rise of mental health awareness, along with issues and things of that nature. And I would say that's one of the more positive things that transit has helped. And I could go into a whole tangent, but I won't. One way in which I want you guys to look at this transit, Neptune in Pisces, the deepest waters, the dream state, the astral plane. I want you to look at this time as us being within a dream within a dream, in which we were able to build new avatars, new ego expressions, new profiles, right? Followings via the World Wide Web, via the internet. Everyone got a chance to do this. Everyone took towards the influence differently. Another thing that the transit did was brought to the forefront collectively more spiritual awareness, more awareness of the mysteries. Many of us were seeded with knowledge that would then be dispersed into the masses. Pisces and Neptune represent many things. One of the major influences is that of the shadow. So during this period, we all have gotten in touch with some aspect of our shadow selves. Allow me to give you an example. Before the advent of the internet, there were tons of different pockets of knowledge that human beings didn't have easy access to via just typing it in on Google or someone sharing the awareness. This is a major part of how Neptune has transformed the world. So before that, you had many of us naive, another part of Neptune and Pisces, naive to certain aspects of humanity. One of those things being porn. Not sex, but porn. Since Neptune's been in Pisces and the internet has developed, porn has been one of those things that every person, human being, sex is a natural thing, has likely explored for themselves. But for some people, exploration of porn could have led to an expression of their shadow. Now check where I'm going with it. Someone who is exercising their shadow through porn is not someone watching porn. Is the people who decided, I'm going to make an OnlyFans. I'm going to become an actual porn star. That's a form of shadow expression for particular people. Your birth chart can explain this. So keep in mind, you're talking to a mystic. So I have a really wide understanding of the different dynamics of our being. Another quick example of that shadow of Neptune is that there's like would be cops, scientists that before Neptune and Pisces never tried drugs. If we're real, more than 85% of people who didn't try weed or some form of drug has tried it since Neptune's been in Pisces. Some people, the form of their shadow expression has been becoming a smoker or a drug user. Now, this isn't a lesson about the shadow, but this is giving you an understanding of how this energy is played out. Bringing this back to Sean Combs' P. Diddy. This is someone who's born a Scorpio sun. So they're meant to take on their shadow within life, find ways in which their shadow doesn't overthrow them, but finds enough room for expression. To be born a Scorpio, have Scorpio energy, is to have a battle with your shadow, is to get a front row seat towards a battle with your shadow. The key is to not be overtaken by your shadow. Neptune in Pisces for Sean Combs was actually supposed to be a time of repentance, a time where the shadow elevated. We kind of see him try to do this in later years, but a lot of damage has been done. So part of Sean Combs' demise here is attributed to the fact that he never disciplined his own shadow. He let it run amok. He abused his power. Many others were in similar pathways. So Pisces, Neptune is representing that Christ consciousness. It also is the artist, the archetype of an artist. So I'm going to veer away from Diddy real quick. I'll come back to him. But this has to do with him. Another thing with Neptune and Pisces in this time in terms of artists is that this is the era of the false messiah or the false artist. Remember, I told you we're in a dream within a dream. And what's powering the dream in the dream right now is social media and the internet, right? That allows you to become anything you want to be, Pisces. But the illusionary aspect to that is that nothing is what it seems. An artist, when we're talking about it in a conceptual way, or even just like in a spiritual way, an artist is meant to tap into your spirit, to open your eyes up via their artistry. Music is one of the most divine forms of artistry out here. We literally experience the complete decline of enjoyable, conscious music into something shadowy. So I want to point out to you that, and I never try to shit on anyone's success, but if we're really looking at things archetypally, energetically, the artists of this time aren't really the artists in their natural elements. Neptune is actually in Pisces. That's just highlighting the fact that nobody's perfect. What I'm trying to get at here is that I want you to pay attention to the silence of the artists, how silent these artists have been. One of the real prerequisites of artistry is expression of things that need to be said. Here in Neptune and Pisces, we're living in the fall of that, the fall of the artists. The artists who their shadow in the artist sense is not expressing the truth. So for any artist that's gotten on while Neptune is in Pisces and they've stood for nothing, they themselves in their karmic path have failed the lesson of artistry. Not to big myself up or anything like that, but I have enough soul awareness and I've explored myself enough to know that I hold the seat that I hold now in this life because in previous existence, I passed that. So it is just what it is. You're looking at a artist of a high degree. Realistically, they could never give Gemini Brown a seat at the table in this world because I'm a true artist. I'm going to say what needs to be said. So bringing this back to Diddy, everyone's disgusted. We all saw the video. Everyone is disgusted. But I want you to ask yourself how many artists, not entertainers, but artists, if they were really artists, use their platform to bring any type of conscious awareness of it. I'm not talking about ragged on Diddy, made a joke about it. No, I meant use their voice to bring awareness of that this isn't all right. We all know it's not all right, but the artists are the collective representations of that. So I want y'all to know that part of this Neptune and Pisces in regards to artistry and celebrity is that the battle for those who are given the gift of celebrity was to use it correctly. But many of them have succumbed to the shadow. And the shadow of an artist says nothing. They do nothing. They are not proactive. So I hope all of this makes sense. So I want to let you know that, like I said, I have enough soul awareness to know myself and trust my instincts. I never will need massive amounts of people listening to me to reinforce what I know. Based on how I channel the energy, I know that those actually listening are the ones in line with the truth. Getting to the important part of this message, y'all. Neptune is going to be here until 2026. So we have a whole nother year of this. But it's going to be creeping around these critical degrees. And right now, with Neptune at 29 degrees specifically, an anaretic degree they call it, you are going to see the amplification of the illusionary aspects of Neptune playing out. You're going to see people who have acknowledged that, yo, you know what? In this world, controversy sells or negativity sells. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to go with what sells. You're going to have people really amping that up. So I'm letting you know, pay attention in this Gemini season. It's going to be a square to the Pisces energy. Pay attention towards deceit. Pay attention towards what's illusionary. Pay attention to even yourself wanting to hear what you want to hear. Focus on the truth. Another thing we can see at this time is more deception in regards to people using AI tools, for the wrong thing. It's going to be at an increase at the end of this transit, starting now. But what I want you guys to know is that this is the final leg of the test. What has Neptune and Pisces taught you? And part of the positive lessons that it taught you is something that should have been humbling. And it has more to do with meekness or isolation or looking at that everything that glitters isn't gold. Where you used to lie to yourself. Review the lessons you've learned and commit to staying on that track, playing towards that understanding rather than giving in to the temptation to deceive and to just follow untruth. The energy is rampant right now. I wouldn't trust anyone who still lusts after big followings, material pursuits. So, like I said, I'll be back with some more talks about Neptune. This is just an intro message I wanted to get off. Check out my new video, Sun of Gemini 2. Pre-order it at my website. If you need a reading, check out my website, GeminiBrown.com. My book, Astrology of the Matrix. Till next time, peace.
You become once what you were, the true sons of the gods.
Yeah. It's Nalo. Sun of Gemini 2. Yo. I made my own lane, they creeping where they father snap. Time to wake them up, niggas been sleeping like a narcoleptic. Soft jab only makes for a harder step. Penning the times, keep me in line with where the authors rep. Guard your neck, who told you that? In 9-2. My shorty the hardest in the crew, and she fine too. Never gotta fear, it's clear. I got to see the trust, niggas can't keep up. They gon' have to eat my dust, fuck. I done made it to my villain, never word to God. Fuck a squad on my own, I cause terror. Never needed none fun, was spotting the lies quick. Niggas third eye shut, can't see past the prize picks. The game is fucked. Niggas is faking these ghost schemes. There's more bread and core cred than chasing these low dreams. This my year, Jupiter flowing through the sign, feeling like Black Star. I got no fear of time. I'm on a published plateau, already got them dollars. I see angelic imposters, spiritual bottom feeding. Can't box with I, the god is Mike Tyson. These fakes more Jake Paul, it's almost fight night. Bright, shining like the sun at noon, second to none. Gemini, reppin' May and June soon. You see the flowers bloom, the roost is coming home. Nostalgia beats like old bleeps from a boost phone. What a time it was, what a time it is. Family matters, but Drake still hiding kids. It's all the biz, things looking shady. What if it's true? Kendrick laying hands on his lady, only Lord knows, but the bros had a battle first. As above, so below, you can't escape the shadow work.
To be man at this time, man must understand his feminine counterpart that is within him, his animal counterpart that is within him, the angel and God counterpart that is within him, and his own soul blueprint, which is him.
Student of the mind, steady studying my enemies. Anytime I rhyme, feel like I smoked a blunt of cannabis. Like PG, pass me the clippers, I'ma handle it. More like CP3, just warrior like glamorous.